Blackboard. I don't control YouTube and I don't even control the internet. So a lot of these things, the last time we met, YouTube wouldn't stream for me. It said I passed my quota. And guess what? Today I didn't pass my quota. I have no idea what was really the issue there, right? But we have always issues. Okay. So Luana and Max, what's up? Max A, what's going on? I don't know why I don't see his face.
Nothing much.
But you need to
You
show
know,
your face. I don't care about nothing much, but we need
I
to.
sent you I sent you my doctor's note.
Okay, fine, great.
Yeah.
So it's good you're sitting next to Caitlin, who's also sick. So hopefully we. I'm just making a joke, and I really feel for you, but I appreciate
Yeah, it
you.
should be better by next class by
Yeah,
Monday.
right. Okay, so fine. Okay, so we're ready to go. I'm recording on YouTube. I'm recording in the cloud. And folks, this is what we're going to do. We're going to be talking about, again, collaboration, how we can collaborate with among ourselves and with a group. I'm just going to say it right now. Our groups are very important. Some of you, a number of you have communicated with me, and this is what I can say. Every week we will have assignments. They will be group and many times individual. They'll be both. We need to bond with our groups. And if you cannot find mutual exclusive times, there's always early morning, there's late at night. I am not going to be mediating any of this. So you need to find this out. This class is very hands-on, right, Will? It is basically very much trying new technologies that a lot of times may not work, but what do we say? We need to learn how to document it, and then we got to figure out what the problem is. And once we figure out the problem, then we have to go together and figure out the solution. We may not figure out the solution right away, and that's why we have each other within groups, outside of groups. Guess what? In the audit area, if I think about the audit area, Quinn, can you look at what someone else has done in another group, Quinn?
Yeah, you can.
So you have that as an option, right? And once you kind of go through, as I said, once you go through the class, and then we go together, and a lot of times I don't have control of what I can do. We can come out with it. So for instance, Caitlin, what was your problem today? Among other problems of not maybe
Yeah.
being under the weather, right? We all have issues.
So the links that I normally use on like the Blackboard for Wiley, they weren't opening, so I had to go to the website and go to my downloaded books and then search the different topics from there because it won't work like directly from the link.
Okay. So but were you doing it through Blackboard?
Yeah, because the first like chapter or two worked through Blackboard and you could open the link through there, but then they like said that the page didn't exist. You have to like go onto the physical website and then the downloaded book from there.
Okay. And another thing, if some things don't work, is if you're working, one also sometimes is a problem with Wiley's server, right? We're using so much different software. Wiley's server has a problem. So sometimes, like I said, is use Chrome. And sometimes what you can do is try another computer. Even you can use your roommate's computer or go to the library. Sometimes that works as well. But as we said, I was pleased that you found a workaround on it. Okay, so let's talk about our assignments, what's happening, where we're going. That's what I always say. So you see share here. Everybody see share, sharing together. That's what I say. So what do I have to do here? Let me make sure I'm in the right section. I'm in the right section. As we talked about before, in Zoom, you can click on Zoom, right? And then you have the links to all of ours, the meeting IDs, but you also have the tab of cloud recordings. Is this cloud? So this is the question, Greta. Are these cloud recordings in real time? You want to repeat the question?
The cloud recordings themselves or when they when they're uploaded?
That's what I'm saying. When they're
Oh.
And you see now, we're recording. Can you now
Yeah.
see the cloud recording of what's happening right now from the Zoom recordings?
Yeah, I can see the cloud recordings page.
You can see the cloud recordings page, but the last one was February 3rd. We're on the 5th. So where's the 5th?
The 5th, it will upload once it's ended, once you've ended the Zoom.
It doesn't, I can't even see it once I even end the Zoom. What it does, it's in the server of Zoom server, and it does a number of transcriptions. It does the number of the summaries. So it takes time. It may be a few minutes before it appears.
Yeah, it's similar
Okay.
to YouTube, how the live streaming is a little bit delayed.
Right, but this is much more. Still somebody could participate in this class via it's live streaming. It's just delayed. This is not live streaming. This is recorded and then it's done later. I just wanted to make sure that is that clear then, that we all kind of understand that that's the process. We always want to do what? What's due, right? What's due, and we can see here what's due on this Wednesday, February 5th, and that was to do the advanced digital communication skills, the audit. And anytime that it says audit assignments, the instructions are in the audit assignment. The readings were, we talked about it before, was the tech guide to software. The adaptive assignment is tech guide, and the quizzes, that you can take twice. I don't need to go through that anymore, and hopefully beyond this point, I'd like to have everything done before class so we can go over it, right? So we can do that. So let's do this since this is my regular one. So let's do this. Let me close this section. And I'm going to go to K audit, right? And audit means what then? Audit means that we've created a learning management system. I am not the full administrator of Blackboard. I had to get permission for the administration of Blackboard to make another section. And what did I tell them? I said, take all my registered students and put them in another section and have them be promoted to teaching assistants. And you were able to do it. And that's why we call it audit here. If I look under the assignment groups, you see that I always have an example from my registered Daniel and Sebastian teaching assistants. Daniel is my lead. He's been with me a year. Sebastian has just started the semester. They have all been my former students that were really excited. And as I mentioned before, you too can be my lead. I have my groups here. And then in the end, this is interesting that I give credit for is we have the Tech Flash. And what happened here in Tech Flash? Did something happen, Greta? Is Frank here?
We hadn't put anything together for the Tech Flash yet.
Okay, so put in, you know what? Put in, he's already done last time when you weren't here. He already has his PowerPoints from last week. So is he here today?
The link
Right.
should be in there for the slides and the description, I think.
I don't see it. Did you see it? Did you try it, Frank?
That'd be in the bio. I'll add it real quick
Yeah, just add it.
in the
So you've
content
done,
part.
really, we should all thank Frank. He took the initiative and I really appreciate it. And we'll figure it out maybe. Oh, I see it down here. Okay. That you have. So what is the folder for? What maybe you can do is underneath the folder, you can kind of say week, of week, make them like items, like week 1 of whatever it was, what was happening, and then you can have it. I think that'll be good. You know what I mean? You can, and then you can even put, that you've done, the Tech Flash And then you can, when anybody submits it, put it with your name, just like we did for other assignments, put it in. That's what I think would be good is week 1, and you can make under the item description, kind of a short summary of what you covered that week. So we'll do like Tech Flash, and then we'll do Tech Flash Mondays, and then we'll figure it out, Frank, that maybe what we can do is once we see the groups, we can say, okay, like group 8, we'll look at group 8 is maybe group 8 for Monday can look at what's happening and take your lead on it. And you can include with it is your, your slides and also your link there where it was your link to that video on that scary. Oh, the world is going to be my voice. Those drones are going to attack me, So anyways, that I still think about the nightmares of that. But anyways, that's life. And I'm trying to keep a positive mental health. But I thank really you for taking the initiative, and then we'll think about it for next week. We'll see if there are any volunteers besides you and Greta that wants to say, take it, and we can even see. All right. Any questions on that? So let's look at group 8. So they have the individual assignment. So I would even change this. It's individual Zoom assignment, right? You can just change it right now. But individual Zoom, because the individual assignment, there are going to be a lot of individual assignments. So make sure it's a Zoom individual assignment, Zoom group assignment. So we have individual assignment. We had one that has it. And the other thing that I want to make sure that you do is Juan is here, right? Juan, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. Great, Juan. So you can see here by the MP4 that was a local, right? Let me just make that a little larger, that this is a local that you record locally. I know about MP4. I know this is my Zoom cloud recording. This, what happens here? This is not the direct, this is YouTube advantages with Zoom, but you don't have the link from YouTube. You renamed it or what?
Yeah, I renamed it because I had another one, but I needed to add more.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Okay, but what I'd like to see too is put the actual link, even though when we're doing it, let's just do this let's open a new window, just so we can also put in this link. You know what I mean? In case we can do it. But that's great. You see how already he has all his screens that you have the Zoom. Is it just this?
Yeah, that's why I added the one on the bottom too.
Okay. So we can have this. Okay. So let me just close this. We have this showcase. So what I want everybody to do as a group, you're a group, Juan. It seems like you got a good group here. At least 2 people are bragging about it. What is your opinion, Juan? You think you're crushing it too as a group? You pleased?
Yeah, I think we did good as a team.
Okay, so good. I don't want to put you on the spot, you know what I mean? I don't want, me to do, but then you have a tutorial. What is this one? Oh, this is your YouTube live tutorial. Really nice. So it's great that you did it. Creating a Zoom meeting, how to enable live streaming, Zoom AI companion. Here's your Zoom. And this is really nice, right? Juan, explain. They got your saying that you're a he, right? That you got it. And then we have Will, which is good. Showcase the challenges. And then Sam and Juan and Finley. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we got that part. Everybody has it in a correct format, which is good. And then what I want under group 8 is then later on somebody will just put this on anyone in your group, Juan, or you can do it. Just change it to Zoom individual assignments. I could do it, right? Anybody could do it, but while we're here, you can do it. And we have Zoom group assignment, and this is the assignment. So we have the Zoom recording. I can tell it's with Zoom. We're using Miami's enterprise version. And then we have the YouTube Live. We have the people that were there. Great. Showcased a comment and steps to be taken. And what about problems and some, do we have that?
Did we have to put that in manually, or did it come with the AI companion?
No, what I want you to do, let me go to assignments groups. And let me go for group 0. I'd like everybody to, so under Zoom group assignment, AI companion, this is what I wanted in this format. And you guys can change it. I'm giving you permission to change it, of what you showcase. AI, basically, these were the takeaways, and then challenges and solutions. So if you had any challenges or solutions, I'd like you to put it there. So make this, just change this part. You know, AI companion is fine, but just also add challenges plus solutions. Sometimes we know what the challenges is and we're still searching for solutions. Why do I want this format one? Is because that's what we're always going to have, right? So I just want to make sure that we can focus in upon this. So now if I go to group 8, right, where other people have to go, and now, beautiful, I have the Zoom group assignment. You all should be doing it. Now I can do it in different ways, but let me just open this in a new tab. It doesn't matter. I probably have it. Let's see what it looks like. So Juan, I guess you were taking care of the Zoom, this Zoom meeting. You called it to order, Juan.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I know that Juan's here, shared screen, so we can see. What I like here is you have the chat here. So what's nice about this is you also can see, as supervisors too, you can see that everybody has participated and what are the issues later on. There's a number of programs that will be doing this. But then if I look at some problem here, I see some folks here, right? Here are the next steps of this. I see our folks, I see a lot of guys, a lot of people in your group, right? You see all this area that I'm going through, Juan, you see this? Everybody see this, Greta, you see this? What's the issue with this? Then, Juan, what do you see the problem being? As a tutorial.
Yeah, there wasn't enough sharing screens.
Sharing screen. So if I had to follow it, here I see some screen, but here I'm seeing the screens of like what was the assignment, right?
Yeah.
You see that? But I don't see the screen of what? I want a tutorial knowing how to do polling. I want to know screens that I'm not sure how to do remote, right? I don't know how to show me how I'm supposed to spotlight. Show me how I'm supposed to do that remote control, right? And I'm not seeing this. So, you see what the problem is?
Yeah.
So you know we talked about
I
problems
think that last
and
one might
solutions?
be
What?
I think the last one might be Sam remoting my screen.
Okay. So the problem, yes, Luke.
I actually had a question about that. Because our group, when we did it, we did share a screen, but when you share your screen, it like hides the Zoom toolbar. Do you know what I mean?
I
And
know
so,
exactly what you mean.
yeah,
Everybody here, Luke, issues are the most important. You see that, Finley? What we get excited about. It's sick, I know. But what we get excited about are problems. And this assignment was, hey, create for me a tutorial. You guys are learning it. And then why don't you have it? Because later on, number one, Luke, you may not remember. If you don't use it all the time, you don't remember. 2, other people can do it. And 3, Finley, when you go out, right, to the real estate, hey, this young woman, she can do a lot more than, a broker that's been in the business for 30 years. You know, you have skills that that person doesn't have that you can contribute. So the problem, Luke, how would you define the problem?
I would say when you screen share on Zoom, it shows your
And
screen.
recording.
Yeah, it shows your
It's the
screen.
recording. When I record on Zoom and I screen share and I want to show Zoom controls
Mhm. Yeah,
on
it
how to
hides
do
it.
things in Zoom for its steps, it has a problem. It's almost as if it has a problem recording itself.
Yeah,
It's fine when I record, right? If I'm going to Blackboard, it can record Blackboard fine. It can record PowerPoints fine, right? It's when it's trying to create a tutorial of itself, it has difficulty. Everybody clear? Greta, you understand what the problem is?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So in our video, like we explained each step really
Yeah.
well. Like if you listen to it, it's like
Yes, but
in
I have to
depth with
listen to
it.
it.
So it technically is a tutorial. It just we
Yeah,
were
yeah, but wouldn't it be better if I saw the screen?
yes, I just think there are
Yes.
complications with that part.
Yes, but it's almost like we're rehearsing this. You did nothing wrong, but it's Zoom's issue.
Okay.
So we need to find, so what is my problem is that if we can talk about it, right? And you were possibly, I didn't listen to it all, you're possibly very articulate in having those issues. But a lot of times if I'm following along, I want to see that my screen looks like yours, don't you? A lot of times you want to do a tutorial, you want to see it. So the problem is, how can we overcome Zoom's deficiencies?
Okay.
That's the problem. You got that, Camellia? That's my problem. So what do you think?
So I just wanted to say that my group had the same issue and that we
Good.
managed to fix it because if you go to
How?
to
Isn't that great that we can learn
Yeah.
from each other, Will, right? That all of a sudden someone else is. So how is it?
so if we go to video and you go to video settings when you're inside the meeting and go to share screen, you just need to click on the checkbox that says show my Zoom windows to other participants when I'm screen sharing.
Okay, so you want to show it to us,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Can you guys see my Zoom?
Yes, we see the
Okay.
Zoom.
So it's here, video settings, share screen, and I just clicked on this one, show sharing toolbar, show my Zoom windows. I clicked on these two.
Great, and by default, it's out of it.
Yeah, by default it's not checked. Yeah.
So how did you get to it again?
I clicked so in video, this arrow on top, video settings, the last option.
So everybody can look at it on their own, right? So in video, you clicked on video, or you did, where'd you get that?
This
So-
little arrow that's on the video button,
Mm-hmm.
video settings, share screen, and I activate these two icons.
Mm-hmm. And then video. Great. Nice. Extra credit, right? That we're finding. What else can we do? Another way, excellent. Everybody see that? So that's one way that Luke, that we can have the solution. And what's nice here, you know, it'd be nice, is for your group, just do a short recording of how to resolve it. And how long does it have to be? 2 minutes, right? To show what it is, and then you contribute. And almost, you know what you could do, Frank, is she could put it in the tech flash as added, right? As tips and tricks.
Okay.
How do you like
I
that,
like
Frank?
that. I
You know
love
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah, that'd be
Isn't
great.
it's everybody contributes, and already she's contributing. Was it you, or was it the group, or how did you even find it? How did you find out about it? Million.
We were recording by group, and when we tried it like the first time, it didn't record. So we asked Google, and he showed us that was yeah.
Right. And that's what makes the class. Isn't that nice, Frank? And then she can then her group and then give credit to your group. You know, that's our tips and tricks. And then everyone, don't you like that? And you almost can make another under Tech Flash or something, another folder called tips and tricks or something. And figure out a way in which people can see it. Isn't that great? Another way you can do it is using what we call screen recorders. Anybody know of a screen recorder? Raise your hand. What do you know, Luke?
I know OBS.
OBS. Anyone know any others? Frank, do you know one? Frank, you got all these flying, flying ones. Frank, do you know of any?
No.
Okay, so what do we have to look for? We have to look for then screen recorders, free screen recorders. What's built into a Mac? And Tony, why don't I have your, do you have an issue having your camera?
Sorry, I just got back from the bathroom.
Okay, we don't need, okay. We're recording, okay, so, okay. So, screen recorders, and anybody find anything? OBS, great. Luke, anything else? Anybody here of QuickTime? Let me show one. So I'm going to share my screen. I love it. So you can see my screen here. I'm going to close this one. That's Juan's. So if you see my screen here, one is I'm using this MSN Recorder Max, and this records, it records as an MP4. It records to my computer. I'm going to keep on going. And then there's another one that I use. I don't know if you see it. There's many. And like you said, you can ask Google, you can call Annie, right? You can ask Gemini, ChatGPT. Everybody see this? You see this, Finley? On my computer? I don't know what you see. It's called Loom. And what this is, it's a screen recorder that basically posts all my recordings on my channel, and I can make it public or not. And I can see here, I can make it full screen or part screen. I can make it with a camera. I'm using a camera now, but if I wanted to, I could do another camera. If you have two cameras, or I say, hey, I don't want it on my Zoom, I want it here. So let's see here. So I could record it. I can do my default microphone. And then when I start recording, it may have a problem seeing this to Zoom. Do you see 3, 2, 1? Did you see that? And basically it has right here, I don't know if you can see it. It has basically, you see how there's a little yellow part here, and it's recording. So it's recording, and after it records, I'll show you, after it records, I stop recording, it will then post it to Zoom server. So I can do it. So sometimes it's useful to use other things. Sometimes I may not even want to have a Zoom recording, or sometimes I want to have the Zoom recording and my Loom, which I usually do. And then and notice here that you can also use its pen. You can use other types of ways, or I can delete. And now, and it tells me what my timing is. It says that I've done it for 51 seconds, and this is called Loom, LLOOM. I'm using the educational version that I have unlimited time.
Yo, she left class, guys.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I lost power. Where was I? So you can see. I appreciate you talked among yourselves. Okay. So where was I? That I lost power, and that's why it's good to have, if you can continue without me. But one of the things that I want to make sure we do is try now to I'm going to share my screen, and let me share. And this is another computer. I have so much stuff going on, you can see here, but so now what I want to do is, you can see what I was talking about. Everybody see my screen? Lily, can you see my screen? So once I have my screen here, what's going to be important is we need to get then, what I want for the next appointment is great with Camellia, that we can kind of change those video settings. Plus I want to do screen recording. So I want to go to what's due. Everybody go to what's due. And for next week, what's due is we have an audit assignment, which is a screen recording assignment. You'll do it as an individual screen recording assignment for part 1, and you'll do it as a group assignment as well. And in this case, Michelle, where do I go to get audit assignments instructions?
You go to like the audit class
Instructions.
section of courses.
Right, perfect. So go to audit assignment instructions. Here was the last one we had with assignment 2. And now we have another folder called assignment 3, screen recording assignments. Click on that. And in this case, thanks. In this case, you'll see that you have individual screen recording assignment and a group one. So what I want us to do is I want to make sure that I have everyone choose another free everyone choose another free screen recording program. So if you were doing, Luke, OBS, do you know OBS, Luke?
Yeah, I do. I've used it before.
What I'd like you to do, Luke, is use another one. Because what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to choose a different one. So do you understand that, Luke? So what I want is everybody to choose a different one. And some will be to the cloud, and some will save to my, and some will save to my computer. You got that, Luke? So what will you do?
I'm gonna pick another free recording service
Yeah, so you'll pick another free. Why?
so that I know how to use multiple, not just one.
Yeah. The more we can learn, right? What's the big deal? And in someone, you can even have someone else choose the OBS, and if they have questions to you, you can answer it. That's the beauty of the class. So that is, if I look at my instructions on assignment, the first assignment, it says you will guide you through using screen recording software such as OBS, QuickTime, Loom, ScreenFlow. There's a number of ones that you can do. And when you're making a choice in your group, you can look at several and say, hey, this one looks the best. But before you start your individual assignments, check with your group members to make sure that you're doing something different. You don't have to worry about the other groups, but you want to remain with make it well. And remember, this is what Daniel loves to say, but the individual recording choice and demonstration, make it short. The whole video should be under 10 minutes. You can decide. Each member in the group should choose a different program. Select a free screen recording tool, set it up to record your whole screen, audio, as well as prefer start recording via the program. This means record with a third party before entering Zoom. Do you understand that, Luke? So you want to do that before, so each of you will do a Zoom recording, but each of you will do a third party recording. And begin showing it off. Basically talk about whether it's open source, what it's available to, whether it works on the cloud, whether you can save it, mention if it records to the cloud locally, explain some of the pros and cons, and doing your Zoom meeting. And then what's interesting, Luke, when you had the problems of recording those controls, see if this new program will record some of those Zoom controls. And then later on, if you wanted to improve your first submission, I don't want you to erase your first submission, but you can add added, additional, upgraded. And that's the beauty. And then you submit it with your software. One group member should create the folder. You can even do that now, right? Individual screen recording, right? And they show you how to do it. Okay, so if I went to this now, I go to, basically, I can go to another tab of courses, right? I can go to my other courses. I can now go to my courses, and I can do my case section, my audit. And under my cases and assignment groups, everybody see here group 0 example. You see that, Luke? Group. So I have here my individual recording assignment. So everybody now, you can even do this. Make 2 folders in your groups, one called individual screen recording assignment and the other one called screen recording group assignment. Under screen recording group assignment, in the front of it, I'd like you even to list each person in your group and which program they use. Why is it? Because later on, Luke, you can say, hey, what else could I use? Oh, Vimeo I could use, or I could use Loom. You can kind of learn from each other what are the qualities of it. And then you'll see here, this needs to be, they made a spelling mistake here, but they'll fix it. But anyways, and that's what you want to do, is have each other look at the work. And guess what, Luke? If you made that spelling mistake, somebody else in your group could change it. That's the beauty of what we are. We're all having capabilities of roles to edit. And notice here, sample screen recording assignment by one of the TAs. He basically has, notice Vimeo looks then what? As recording to the cloud, or in the recording to the cloud, or on his computer? What do you think, Luke? By looking at this
To the
link.
cloud.
The cloud, right? If you saw MP4, you would know, right? It's easy to do, right? He'll put the price. In this case, they have a free trial, whether it's open or closed source, what type of the recording, what OSs it runs in, operating system, what he showcased here, the takeaway, challenges and solutions. And then you see the other ones. So use these as templates. You got it, Juan? You there? So it's the same thing
Yeah.
that you got it there. So if I look at it, if I look at then the screen group recording, right? This is the group, right? And what I want to do is what each person did. And you want to be able to see here the individual group links here, the individual files, what we showcase, what the takeaways are, what challenges you had. Try it out with Zoom, seeing how it worked with Zoom. We showcased how to use Vimeo and Loom. We even want to turn on Zoom's AI to see if it will summarize. And that's it. And guess what? Then Juan, you get another, have you used screen recorders, Juan? Manuel?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, what have you used?
OBS, Streamlabs, and the
Okay,
the
great.
one with the Mac. Yeah.
Great, fantastic. So help each other and pick something you haven't used before, right, Juan? Why? That's the whole beauty, is put another thing in under your belt. Okay, so we got that part. Any questions? And we go with the punches, right? Jordan, we always have issues, right? Somehow my power on my other computer went down. Questions? Greta, any comments that I need to make?
No, I don't think so. I think everything's pretty clear.
Yeah, so we're pretty clear on it. And then when we meet next week, we'll do what I want to start next week, is start preparing for the exams and having AI help us prepare for the exams. You got it, Frank? So we'll have other tools that we'll learn, put it in, right? That not only are we going to use new tools, but we'll create podcasts, we'll ask them to produce multiple choice questions for us, other questions, and we'll put it together. And then we'll even communicate, we'll have AI produce podcasts, and we'll even discuss, basically interact with AI on podcasting. So Greta, you'll have a link that you've already created podcasts, and you'll have the AI create podcasts for you. And guess what material we'll use? Let's use the material from the book. And then I always like bird with two, to basically get it, two birds with one stone here. So we basically eat our own, as I said, let's use it, and let's use it also. What can we use that AI for? Let's use it to study for the exam. Plus you have all those. Any questions? Okay, so I'm going to end early to answer any of those questions. I had some groups that I needed to, talk to me on it. I think we're set. We know how to do the next part. You'll have your assignments due. This assignment is due next Wednesday. So the only thing you need to do, if you guys want to start doing it on, you need to just somehow communicate with your group to see what software each of you are going to use. You want to make it different and you want to break it down. Find some that are recording to my computer, which are important. A lot of times I don't have internet, right? Like I say, I'm in California. I have my battery, but I don't have internet or wherever it is. And some that I have cloud-based and some I can do both. Some I can download, some I can do. All right. Any other questions? So what I need to do is I need to do attendance. So this is my audit, I know. This is my regular one. This is my attendance. And Greta and also Frank, if you can stay with me, we can see where we move from here. I want to do check-in. Start check-in. And 3611. So Greta, can you be so kind and put 3611 in the chat so everybody has the chat, the number that they need to sign in for attendance. Stay with me if you need to. I'll be happy to do that. 3611, I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm looking forward to see you next week. So you got
Thank
the
you.
idea of how the class is going. And Group 8, I appreciate your enthusiasm to go through it. And we'll continue here. So I'm going to stop recording so I can answer any questions.